We often believe that being a good communicator means being a good speaker. We admire people who can stand on stage and give powerful speeches with confidence. However, this view is incomplete and misleading. The most important half of communication is actually the silent half. It is the ability to listen deeply to others. Most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. While the other person is talking, we are already preparing our answer in our heads. We focus on our own thoughts instead of their words. This is not listening, but simply waiting for our turn to speak. This behavior creates a barrier between people even when they are close. Two people can talk for an hour without really hearing each other. They are just broadcasting two separate monologues in the same room. The result is a conversation that feels empty and superficial. Neither person feels truly understood or validated after the interaction. The modern world makes this problem worse with constant noise and distractions. We try to listen while checking our text messages or watching television. We give the speaker only a fraction of our attention. This multitasking is disrespectful and ineffective. It sends a silent message that the speaker is not important enough for us. The first major consequence of poor listening is misunderstanding. When we filter information through our own biases, we miss the true meaning. We assume we know what the person will say, so we stop paying attention. This leads to errors at work and unnecessary arguments at home. We solve the wrong problems because we didn't hear the right details. In relationships, the lack of listening causes emotional distance. When a partner shares their feelings, they want empathy, not solutions. If we interrupt them to offer advice, they feel unheard. Over time, they stop sharing their inner thoughts with us. The connection weakens slowly until two people become strangers living in the same house. In the professional world, poor listeners are often poor leaders. Employees feel frustrated when their managers ignore their feedback or ideas. This leads to low morale and high turnover rates in companies. Innovation dies because the leader is too busy talking to hear the brilliant suggestions from the team. Listening is crucial for business success. Furthermore, not listening limits our own personal growth and intelligence. We already know what we know. The only way to learn something new is to listen to others. When we talk all the time, we are just repeating our existing knowledge. Listening opens the door to new perspectives and wisdom that we do not possess yet. Listening is physically and mentally exhausting work for the human brain. The average person speaks at about 125 words per minute. However, our brain can process up to 400 words per minute. This speed gap means our brain gets bored while listening. It uses the extra time to daydream or judge. Our ego also gets in the way of effective listening. We all have a strong desire to be right and to be smart. We want to impress others with our knowledge and stories. Listening requires us to put our ego aside and make the other person the star. This act of humility is very difficult for many people. Emotional triggers can block our ability to hear clearly. If the speaker uses a word or topic we dislike, we shut down. We start preparing our defense instead of trying to understand their point of view. Our emotions hijack our logical brain. We react to the tone of voice rather than the actual message being delivered. We are also afraid of silence in conversations. When there is a pause, we feel awkward and rush to fill it with words. However, silence is often where the deepest thinking happens. By rushing to speak, we rob the speaker of the chance to go deeper. We need to become comfortable with the empty space between words. Active listening is a skill that must be practiced intentionally. The first step is to give the speaker your undivided attention. Put your phone away and turn your body toward them. Maintain comfortable eye contact to show you are present. Your physical posture tells them that you are open and ready to receive their words. Do not interrupt, even if you disagree with what is being said. Let the person finish their thought completely before you respond. Interrupting sends the signal that your voice is more important than theirs. Patience is the foundation of respect. Hold your tongue and let the stream of their thoughts flow until the end. Use specific techniques like summarizing and asking clarifying questions. When they finish speaking, say, "Let me see if I understood you correctly." Then repeat their main points in your own words. This proves that you were listening and clears up any confusion. Ask open questions like, "How did that make you feel?" to encourage them. Listen for the emotions behind the words, not just the facts. Often the real message is hidden in the tone or facial expression. If someone sounds sad, acknowledge their sadness. Say it sounds like you had a really tough day. This emotional validation creates a deep bond of trust and safety between two human beings. The goal of communication is connection and not performance. We do not need to be the smartest person in the room. We need to be the most interested person in the room. When we listen, we give a precious gift to the speaker. We tell them that they matter and that they are not alone. Imagine a world where everyone truly listened to each other. Conflicts would be resolved faster and relationships would be stronger. We would learn from our differences instead of fighting over them. This change starts with you and me in our daily conversations. We can choose to stop talking and start hearing the world. Next time you are in a conversation, challenge yourself to listen more. Catch yourself when you start planning your reply and stop. Focus back on the person in front of you. Be curious about their story and their feelings. You will be surprised by how much more you learn and how much better you feel. Listening is the lost art that can heal our divided society. It requires patience and humility and love. It is not easy, but it is worth the effort. Let us close our mouths and open our ears and hearts. That is the only way to truly understand the beautiful complexity of the human experience.